Hi, this is Kim, and welcome to my latest video. Now, we are in Cambridge, Ohio. Now, when I say we, I mean my sister Jenny and I, and it was December 26th of 24. Now, because it was so late, I decided not to put the video out at that time, but it's the Christmas season. Here's myself in front of some of the characters in Cambridge, and I decided to go ahead and put this out this year because it's Christmas season. I love all things Christmas. So Jenny and I visit Cambridge, and here's the significance of Cambridge. It's a Dickens Victorian village. Now we ate there at Theo's, and I have the menu here. But I want you to see they have over 100 lifelike scenes of Victorian England. So if you look at that one there, if you love Victorian England, and they have a little plaque on there that talks about what the characters represent, whether it's a chimney sweep or a choir or something like that. So take the time and stop. Now, we walked down Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge. Cambridge is an hour and 19 minutes, 79 miles from Columbus, so Ohio, so not too far. This particular day, it was like 28 degrees. It was so cold. Now, the Black Cat, we just walked up and down Wheeling Avenue, and we ate and we stopped in the shops. We did cover this store, the Black Cat, and actually you'll see a Black Cat later on in this video. It's sort of like a general store, antique store, vintage stuff. You can buy Christmas things, and there's multiple floors. So we walked up and down this store. I don't know, we may have bought a few things, maybe a few gifts or something like that, but we just had such a good time. There was no cost, really. Of course you pay for your meal if you eat, but just to walk and see the different scenes from Charles Dickens. Now, Charles Dickens was an author, and he wrote A Christmas Carol in 1843. So if you like literature, there's the Black Cat for this store, I guess the mascot for this store. That's sort of what this town is based on. And I encourage you, if you get a chance to get to Cambridge, Ohio, and you like Christmas now, they have these scenes from November 1st through January 1. So it's kind of a long time that you can stop by. But we just loved it. Now look at those bookends. I should have gotten those actually. We had so much fun just walking around. At one point, we're going to visit the visitor center, and that was a lot of fun. Just a cool place to visit if you like Christmas, if you like literature, if you like Charles Dickens, and to see, I mean, I shouldn't say this, but some of those figures kind of looked a little creepy to me, but it was good to see Victorian England, especially if you like Victorian England and England kind of things like that. It was just good to stop and read about the history of Victorian England. Now, the other draw for this trip was the courthouse light show. It's the Guernsey Courthouse. They have tens of thousands of lights. The building was from 1881. It was a historic courthouse. Unfortunately, I don't know what I did with my footage from the light show. Now, we're still walking down Willard Avenue. Look at the different characters. It's from different scenes of life. And now we're at the Welcome Center, so I have to stop for a second. This Welcome Center is amazing. And from time to time, I'll stop and you'll hear kind of some sister conversations. But the thing that was cool about this store is, first of all, we bought these little, I guess they'd be like purse charms. They were so cheap, we couldn't believe it, really. We bought several of them for gifts, like stocking stuffers. But we walk around this store, but the most fun part is we got to dress up. Now, I am a woman of a certain age at this point. I never thought I'd have so much fun playing dress up, but I guess we did. Look, there's Jenny, our sister Jenny, and she is putting on her hat. There we are, all dressed up in Victorian attire. There's Jenny again. We just had fun. Again, there was no cost to do that. And we bought a few things, just to kind of support the local industry. But yeah, we had fun dressing up. It's called Imagination Station. If you have kids, it really would be fun too. See, here are the purse charms that we bought, and we couldn't believe the price, so we bought some more. And here's Jenny and I dressed up. They took the pictures. There was no cost for that either. You got to get a teacup, if you're in kind of the Victorian England era. And there's Jenny in front of the Welcome Center. You do have to get a teacup. So here's some more of
After
the
Christmas is
Victorian
still kind
England
of,
scenes.
you can
And
see some
again, it's
things,
worth
but to get the best
the
experience.
stop to read the sign about, what that particular scene is reenacting. And I guess these are all created by local artisans. I guess I should say artisans. So if you like to support local, Um, I think they get some kind of grants or something like that to fund all this. But I just thought it was so neat. Like, if you can't go to England, this is during the Christmas season. This is a good alternative, I feel like. Now, we now are still walking down Willing Avenue. There's some more like storefronts, and it's pretty cold. It's like, I don't know if I mentioned this before, about 28 degrees. We had coats on, but I really think we kind of weren't prepared for the weather, especially for the light show. So here's some more scenes from Victorian England. And so that night, when the lights, oh, they were so beautiful. They were set to music. Lots of people came to the courthouse. You probably should bring your own chairs. There was limited seating, so we did manage to get a seat because we got there so early. But I would encourage people to bring chairs. And
This is
people,
the
I
carolers.
guess locally or know about the lights, they were prepared. They had meals and food and blankets. Now, Bookology. Anytime I get to see a bookstore, I stop because my sister Sylvia, she loves bookstores, she loves cafes, and I try to inject, things that my family loves. So this bookstore was Bookology. We walked through there, and it is on Willing Avenue as well. It's just a pretty cool place, and lots to see and do. Of course, lots of books, and so back to the lights. You won't see lights. You can go to the website though, Cambridge, Ohio website, and see the lights. But we sat there probably 45 minutes, as long as we could. We were so cold, really, because we really needed scarves and boots and all that. But it was kind of just something we not a last minute, but sort of a last minute jaunt to Cambridge, and we had so much fun. We should have gone actually this year. We did the Clifton Mills lights, historic Clifton Mills lights when Jenny came and her family this year. But we probably should have tried to get to Cambridge if we'd had the time too, because it just was such a great experience. And so if you get a chance, the people are so friendly. They'll share with you information, places to go. Again, this was after Christmas, so it sort of was, they have a trolley. I would have loved to have ridden the trolley, but it wasn't operational. A lot of things were kind of closed when we were there because, again, it was December 26th. But the businesses that were open, they were very welcoming. There was a lot to see and do, and we just had an amazing time. More scenes from the Dickens era. But again, if you're in the winter, especially with Ohio, you probably want to make sure you are buttoned up, maybe have some hot cocoa, in a tumbler or something like that. Just a neat place to visit. And it's, I'll say, cost effective again because, just to walk down the street, just to go into the different shops, there was no cost to do that, really. So it's really cost efficient. And here's one of the signs that you would see and you can read about.